In this video, I'm going to break down what happens on an initial phone call with an interested buyer who wants to talk to you about acquiring your business. I went through this with a client of mine earlier this year. I recorded a podcast episode on it back in May, and I received really good feedback, so I decided to do a video on it as well. So my client received an out-of-the-blue email from a private equity firm, and we held an initial phone call with them. So afterwards, I took down some notes that I wanted to share to other business owners. So if this happens to you, you could be prepared and avoid making any mistakes. I will discuss what questions we were asked by the buyer on the initial call, what questions we asked the interested buyer, and stay tuned because at the end of the video, I'll share the specific traps and mistakes to avoid when on these calls, because if you accidentally give away too much information, it can potentially be used against you and be detrimental to your business. Hello, my name is Tom Poltersdorf. I own Beyond Your Exit Wealth Management, which is a firm that provides financial advice to owners navigating business succession. And I make these videos because I really enjoy them and want to share the insights and experiences I'm having with my business owner clients to hopefully help you. And you're not getting this from someone who talks hypotheticals. You're getting this information from someone who is actually in the trenches, working with business owner clients, and sharing real experiences and insights. So here we go. Here's the actual email that we received. And what we found out was this is a mergers and acquisitions company who has a client, which we later found out to be a private equity firm, interested in acquiring my client's business. My clients forwarded me the email asking if it was legit and not someone trying to scam them. So the first thing we did was look up the company and the name of the guy in the email who reached out. We checked their website to see if they had a track record of acquiring businesses, which they did. We checked out their portfolio of companies online, which they also had. And so we decided to give them a call and schedule something on the calendar. We went into the call with an exploratory mindset to understand why this person was interested in the business. And we asked questions about the company, such as, what's your search profile when looking at businesses to acquire? What about my business makes it an interesting acquisition to you? What would be your goals and objectives in acquiring the business? And the goal is really to just get an understanding of where they are coming from. See what their intentions are, and see if they truly understand your specific industry. Now, the questions we received from them on the call included, tell me about your business. Explain your customer base. Do you have several customers that make up the bulk of your revenue, or do you have hundreds of clients' accounts that make up your revenue? How big is your territory? How far does distribution go? What does your management team look like? Now, these are not difficult questions, and my clients answered them very well because we prepared before the call, making sure to stay high level in the responses. And we made sure to avoid sharing specifics on customer names, ownership structure, growth strategy, revenue, profits, etc. And this is important because you don't want to reveal too much. And for all that you know, the person on the other end of the line could be representing your competitor. And if you give away too much information, it could possibly be used against you. Now, the firm eventually asked if my client would mind sharing specifics on the value of their business and their financials. And we respectfully declined because up to this point, there was no non-disclosure agreement in place, which protects you when sharing company-specific information. So if you share company-specific information with an interested buyer, the non-disclosure agreement prevents that buyer from sharing your company information with anyone else. After we declined to share the financials, the firm understood, since this happens all the time, and they wanted to send us their non-disclosure agreement to sign so we can have another call to discuss more details, which we declined as well because we're still in the process of planning and doing a ton of work to make the business more attractive. Now, I do want to mention other questions that you could be asked that if you answer incorrectly, they could come back and hurt your business. Now, these questions, they were not asked on our call that we had, but we were prepared for them. And so I want to share them with you so that you can be prepared as well if you go down this path. Sometimes an aggressive buyer will ask you, what price would you take to sell the company? Any number you say will reveal too much, and for all that you know, again, the person on the other end of the line could be representing a competitor. They may also ask why you agreed to take the call. I would suggest confirming that your company is not for sale and you're interested in keeping an eye on the market or exploring the process. Remember, they reached out to you for the introductory call. There's no obligation on your end to say or do anything. Don't forget that. Now, there may be a synergy with the other firm, which could lead to setting up another call, at which point I'd highly suggest getting a non-disclosure agreement in place. At the same time, there may not be a fit, and this commonly happens as well. The timing may not be right. You may have no interest in exploring a sale or acquisition. Just say that up front and part ways. I would suggest keeping the buyer's information in a future buyers list folder that you can create. If they are a successful and legitimate company, they should be around a while, X amount of years down the road, so that when you are ready to explore a sale or acquisition in the future, you'll have their contact information to reach back out to and revisit the conversation. So thank you for watching. I hope that's helpful, and see you in the next video.